What is up, everybody? Today I'm back with another video for the chest drop, and today I'll be showing you how to stop blundering in chess. I will give you 5 simple rules to help stop your blunders. So let's get into it. Okay, so first, this in this position, what would you play? It's white to move, or I mean black to move. So I'll give you a second. Think about that. This is one of my own games, and I played pawn c6. This is a massive blunder because you'll see in a second. When I first saw it, I thought it was a good move. The knight was not pinned to the rook exactly, but kind of. I kicked the knight away so he couldn't attack me anymore, and his knight would have to retreat like this, is what I thought. And yeah. So, but that I'll show you why it is a blunder. This brings us to our first rule. When you think you found a good move, check twice, because I did not check twice, and my opponent was able to play a crushing move that turned the game around. He played knight f6, check. This is a stunning move because he does not go back, and it allows him to come forward and attack me. Now, it looks like a free knight, but it's not. Because if I take the knight, he will take my rook. So I just lost material, and if I go this way, I will still lose my rook. So my rook is lost. I took the knight and went on to lose the game a few moves later. So, when you think you found a good move, check twice. Also, there is a second rule for this position. Ask, what can my opponent do to cause trouble? And I did not ask myself that question. And when I saw this, I just thought he will go back. Never assume when you attack, they will go back. So, and I did not ask, well, how can he come forward and attack me? Like, this would not have worked for him because that, but I never saw this move. So, also, I'm going to flip the board real quick. When you're attacked so if you were white in this position, you got attacked, you can always look for counterattacks. That's the third rule. Like, if you're stuck and you can't get out, look for counterattacks. And so, yeah, if you were white and you're like, crap. So imagine your knight couldn't come back to any of these two squares to defend the rook. You'd think you're lost. But you can look for counterattacks. So those are our next, that was our first two rules. Now I'll bring you to my, or actually, here, I'm going to quick pop over to another one of my games. And I was playing a bot this game, and just regular, and I was in this position playing with the white pieces, and the bot played this. Now, I did not look, and I just was like, crap, I got forked. I'm lost. So, here's another rule, the third rule. The fourth actually. Ask, what is my opponent doing? Well, he's attacking me, but in this position, you can look for counterattacks as well. So, like the rule, ask, what is my opponent doing? If I got attacked or whatever, I would ask, like, if my opponent, instead of this, played this, I could say, what is he doing? Well, he's coming to attack me, and I might get stuck, so I might need to make sure I have retreat squares. But when my opponent played this brings us to our fifth rule. Never resign immediately. When he played this move, I was just like, oh, I got forked. Now I'm cooked. I have to bring back my bishop and lose my knight. And I actually played that. I did not look for a counterattack, which there is one that saves the position. Knight b6, you come forward attacking the bishop and the rook. He can take, and I can take his rook. So even if he saves his rook, I can take his bishop. He can take mine, and I can take his rook. Or he could have saved his rook, but attacked my knight. And then best move would be to take. He would take. and I would come out just fine. So, never resign. So I'm going to go over the 5 rules again, and then I'll play a game with those principles. So, the 5 rules. When you think you found a good move, check twice. Make sure the opponent has no counterattacks or anything. Number 2, ask what can my opponent do to cause trouble, like come on my side or cause trouble. Now, when I got attacked, or never mind actually. And then number 3, ask what is my opponent doing. He came forward. I would say he's going to attack me. Make sure I don't do this and get trapped or whatever. And then number 4, look for counterattacks as well. If you're like stuck, see if there's a way for you to counterattack. And then our 5th and final rule, very important. Don't forget any of these. Write them down if you have to when playing a game. Never resign immediately. You can almost always come back and win position unless you're down like 20 points in material. But if you just like lose a knight accidentally, don't worry. Your opponent might do the same thing. He might blunder his rook or queen. Don't worry. So never resign immediately. So those are my 5 rules to stop blunders. Now I'm going to go play a game and I'm going to apply those principles. I will be playing a 10-minute game. I want this to take eternity, but also want to be able to show principles. So I get the white pieces. I'm just going to play e4, e5, classic move. My opponent's not doing anything, no threats, none of that. So can't cause trouble too early in the game for that. Let's see here. Should I go for my Halloween gambit? Yeah, I'm going to go for my Halloween gambit. Okay, normal. He cannot cause trouble. Still can't. I didn't find any good moves yet. So, see, I want him to play. Okay. So, I think I found a good move here. I can sacrifice my knight. If he takes, I can fork him. Let's make sure he doesn't have any way to get out. If he doesn't take, or sacks or something, does a sacrifice. Yeah, looks good. This move doesn't cause trouble. He doesn't have enough pieces to attack me over there. He's just developing right now. That's what he's doing. And yeah, let's see. Let's go for it. Normally, you don't have to sacrifice pieces early in the game. I just like this stuff. I like to sack my pieces early. Okay. Falls beautifully into it. Fork him. He'll likely retreat his bishop. And before I made that move, I should have asked, what can my opponent do to cause trouble? Well, he can't do much with my pawn in his face, because he could only like move to the side. In this situation, he played this, pinning my knight to my king, but not a threat because the knight is defended. So this is hanging, which is good, so I'll take that. I'm up 1 pawn now. Let's see here. What is my opponent doing with this move? Well, he's developing and he's attacking a piece. He's attacking my pawn. So we could defend it like this, but I'm not too worried about that. We could just attack his bishop, but then he'll likely take my knight. So we should probably develop in this position. Could play, bring the queen out. Actually, I like this move. It defends my pawn and attacks his bishop. And also defends my knight if he tries to take it. And let's say if I played that, what could he do to cause trouble? He could try attacking me like that and defending like that. But then I can just slide 1 square forward, still defend my pawn. And then, yeah. So let's go for that. He could also try going like this, but then I can just slide out of the way. Okay. He did not see his bishop hanging. So let's double check, make sure he can't cause trouble. He'll likely just take my pawn, which there's no trouble in that. If he takes, his queen will be exposed. But we also have a check. So now if you're my opponent, don't resign in this position. You're only down a bishop and a pawn. You can easily come back. I might blunder something as well. Let's see. I want to do that exactly. Let's see here. I could take. He could take back, and I could try to fork him. But we could check and develop, but he could just block. He could trade, and maybe. I like the idea of trading queens. I'm up material, so I'm also wasting a lot of time, so I kind of gotta speed it up. So I'm gonna attack. He'll very likely just defend with something like this or castle. Castle's actually not a great move. Well, yeah, actually, it's fine. I wasted a lot of time explaining rules. Take a free pawn. See if we can just get him to resign. Because let's develop, attack this, and get the rook stuck. Yeah, the rook will actually be lost if he allows me to take that pawn. Okay, very good. That was his one move available. We're going to castle. Take control of an open file. My opponent can't do anything to cause trouble except maybe attack. But then I have retreat squares, so. Okay. Coming forward, what is he doing? He's just developing, it looks like. Nothing much. Nothing dangerous. Let's attack his knight. Okay, he's coming for more. Very aggressive. Very aggressive. Okay. Nothing to worry about. He could take with a check, so I don't really like that, so let's defend that. Okay, what is he doing? He's attacking my rook. We don't want that. If I play this, I can counterattack him. And then he's under attack, not me. I can also attack his knight in a minute. Okay, he retreats. I can attack him again. That works. No counterattacks for him. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, let's see here. This knight is annoying. I want to get rid of it. Fine. No counterattacks. He can't come forward and cause trouble. And yeah. Another thing I would say, if you're playing and you have a lot of time, like not playing Blitz, flip the board by pressing X on your keyboard and pretend you're your opponent and say, what would I do in this position? So that's another thing you can use. It's very similar to ask what my opponent is doing or what could he do to cause trouble. But okay, he attacked my knight. That's annoying and causing trouble. So thankfully I can just retreat and yeah, he can take, I can take, and that pawn should be able to promote. Also, I need to develop this rook. He's just sitting over there. I always have one piece that just sits the game out and watches. Need to get better at not doing that. Okay. My opponent is taking a while. It's nice. Regain my lost time. Explaining my rules. Let's see here. Oh, no. Oh, wait. Never mind. So, okay. If he didn't take, I had a check that forked him, which would have been nice, but he took, so I expected that. Oh. Okay. So, I didn't see one thing. My pawn was pinned to my king. So, I didn't. So, when I moved my knight, I didn't say, what can my opponent do? But, however, my rook is defending, so I'm okay. I got lucky there. Which just is almost complete strategy and a hair bit of luck every once in a while. Let's see here. Okay. I can go like this, planning to try making a discovered attack, but that would hang my bishop. That's what my opponent could do to cause trouble. And I thought it was a good move, but I had to check twice, so let's just trade pawns. Up material, we would like to trade. Now I can develop my rook nicely. Oh no. I made a mistake. I did not check for what my opponent could do to cause trouble. And this was a check, which resulted in one of my rooks being lost. So, shoot, this. I could block like this or like this, and then he'd take. I'll block and then take this. But he won't take my, of course. He's going to take a rook. Yep. Okay. Well, not a great move by me. Mistake. So, yeah. I'm still down in time, which is also not good. Should have taken a pawn. Okay. Okay, what is he doing? Might try this. I don't think he will. We'll take this pawn. Okay. Yep. Attacked twice. I can defend it like this. He attacks. I will take. Takes. I can take. He'll take. So don't panic in this position. It looked like my bishop was attacked twice. I only had one defender and I was lost, but he took that. So if the bishop ever takes this, you can actually get the bishop stuck. Now he's stuck in here like this, and I will come over and eat him for breakfast. He will not escape me. Come here. So you can trap him like that if he ever takes the A2 or the H2 square. So now we're back even. That's what I mean. I went down a rook, but I never resigned, and I was able to fight back. So now I want to unpin my bishop if possible. It's kind of pinned. So let's attack his rook that is doing all the pin work. See if I'll be able to move to go and be close. He has a time advantage. Okay, still keeps the pin on my bishop. I can't go here because if takes, I can't take. My bishop's undefended. I'll go like this and then move. Oh, this pawn is still. What? What the heck? Why is he? How long has he been sitting there like that? A long time. Not great. Well, at least I'm unpinned now. Could go like this, attacking his rook, but I don't really like that. I want to check him, but I don't have a great way to do that, so we'll have to play this. Down a pawn, and he blundered. There goes his rook. Don't resign, you still have a rook. And you have one more pawn. Never resign. Remember, I was down like 3 pieces at one point, but I didn't resign. Okay, he resigned. So, as you can see, way back here, when I blundered my rook, I didn't resign and was able to fight back. Like, so, still, like, this position, made a bad move here, not realizing this was hanging, and not realizing I hung my pawn. So, also, another thing, when you play a piece, ask, what is that pawn defending, or is that piece defending anything important? If I would have said that, I would have realized, oh, he's defending this. That's pinned to my king. But he won my rook, and yeah, so I was down 2 pieces, but managed to fight back and secure the victory. So, once again, the 5 rules for stopping blunders. When you think you found a good move, check twice. Ask, what can my opponent do to cause trouble? Ask, what is my opponent doing? Look for counterattacks, and never resign immediately. So, there you have it. 5 rules to stop blunders. Let me know down below if this helped you, and please like, comment, and subscribe if you like this and if it helped you out. Thanks for watching.